Hello, my people. Let's talk about this issue of Nnamdi Kanu's appeal and the federal government current counter, or should I say, cross appeal to seek for Nnamdi Kanu's death penalty, according to what they actually, spreading on social media and, of course, on other national newspaper outlets. So, according to the news, a few days ago, they said the federal government of Nigeria have actually decided to seek for death penalty for Nnamdi Kanu at the Court of Appeal. Of course, we all know that the issue is currently being pushed to Court of Appeal. And I just have a little, or should I say, a glimpse of the possibility of the outcome. I just have a tip of what I believe, in my own opinion, that could actually hold on the appeal court, because this is highly a political issue. This is highly political issue. Before you talk about Nnamdi Kanu getting a death sentence, there are many factors to actually check. And I'm not a lawyer, though. I'm not a lawyer, but this is highly political, and there are factors that would actually come in play before we talk about death sentence. Now let's talk about the factors that I consider would actually make, or should I say, pave the outcome of the Court of Appeal. And number one is that we all remember the judicial items that were not holistically addressed during the trial court. And this is very, very important point, because this very ingredient of the law that the Justice Omotoshu actually, diverted or thwarted, is something that the appeal court would actually, look out for. Talking about the jurisdiction, it is very, very important. Talking about how Nnamdi Kanu was actually, brought back to Nigeria, this also would actually affect the rulings. Talking about the law, the repealed law that Nnamdi Kanu have always talked about in the courts. I know a lot of people have been saying, yes, Nnamdi Kanu went it so sour, he went it so at Boston, he went so, people were just saying a lot of things about the outburst that happened in the court during the day of sentence, and some other subsequent issue that Nnamdi Kanu have actually cried out for to seek redress. A lot of people are saying all of this, but it's part of it, because you can agitate. You have a right to agitate about your own judgment. There's nothing bad about it. Nnamdi Kanu asking Justice Omotoshu, show me the law. I see a lot of people making mockery of that, but there is nothing holistically wrong about it. This is a case that you're defending yourself. So you actually have right to, especially when you get to understand the law that you are being tried for. So Nnamdi Kanu was talking about the repealed law. And if you've been following us here starting from the time that Nnamdi Kanu was facing this very trial, you would understand that we made a video about the importance of this very repealed law that Nnamdi Kanu is being tried on. And absolutely, I can tell you that the law through which Nnamdi Kanu was actually, tried on is a repealed law. That is also one of the big points that would make way for the case. So these points are to, favor Nnamdi Kanu. Then another one that we also need to talk about is the possibility of, let's say all of these things that I mentioned now, and all these judicial ingredients that I've actually put up now, let's pretend that it doesn't exist. Let's pretend that Nnamdi Kanu was actually rightfully brought back to Nigeria, or should I say repatriated to Nigeria by the Nigerian government. Let's also rule out that Nnamdi Kanu is being tried with a law that is actually existing in Nigeria. Let's just rule out all this issue of jurisdiction and some other things. Let's just assume that Nnamdi Kanu is facing a normal court proceedings in Nigeria. Now, from the course of what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, it is not possible to give him a death sentence. That is one thing you should know. Forgetting about all these things that I just listed, all those things are ingredients that are actually going to favor Nnamdi Kanu, either in Supreme Court, either in Court of Appeal, or Supreme Court, the highest court of the land. Whichever way you are seeing this issue of Nnamdi Kanu, it is entirely a political case. Not just because the case is political. This is another reason why Nnamdi Kanu will never get death sentence or death penalty, as the federal government is seeking. When you look at what Nigeria is actually facing today, when you look at how polarized Nigeria have become, when you look at the political atmosphere of Nigeria, when you look at the ethnicity crisis, the religious crisis, and everything that is probably going to affect the sovereignty of this very nation, you would understand that the government is really, really careful about some kind of decision, towards this very matter of Nnamdi Kanu. Because whether I like it or not, let's just assume that Nnamdi Kanu is being sentenced to death today and is executed. What do you think would happen to Nigeria? Do you think everything will just day like that? I know federal government, it is still on their right to actually go these pathways. It is very normal, but from the angle of what would happen, the federal government can never. It's just for them to seek. The court knows the boundary. They can never get the rulings of executing Nnamdi Kanu through judicial process. That will never happen. But if you look at this whole thing critically, you will understand that executing Nnamdi Kanu is at the same thing as declaring another civil war. That is holistically what it is. So when you consider all of this and many more, you would believe with me that the possibility of Nnamdi Kanu getting death sentence is not even up to 10%. Everything is just going to end politically. Whether I like it or not, this case of Nnamdi Kanu at the first instance is not even ought to have gone to court because it is highly political. The federal government of Nigeria just needs to, call the young man, dialogue with him. Lest I forget, talking about another factor, Nnamdi Kanu didn't commit something different from what Sunday Igboho that is moving freely today committed. Nnamdi Kanu did not also commit what the likes of us, all this move of Showere, what he has committed. It is not different. And today, all of them are moving freely. Talking about all these terrorists that are being reintegrated, Nnamdi Kanu didn't do half of what they did. And they are being reintegrated into the society. So, going for that very particular judgment or opinion, you will understand that it can never hold water. The issue of death sentencing Nnamdi Kanu. Never. It will never hold water. Let's assume that the appeal court happened to actually give rulings on that very regard. But executing it will never happen. Because this case is highly sensitive. And it is not just sensitive, it is highly profiling. The case it is no be Nigeria affair again. You also talk about the fact that the Kenyan courts also gave its ruling on the issue of how Nnamdi Kanu is brought back to Nigeria. Until today, we've not actually, seen or heard a group of people to come out to say we are responsible of the abduction of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. We've not seen that. So, there are legal hurdles to this very case of Nnamdi Kanu than giving him a death sentence. There are many factors to consider. Many of them. Maybe the lawyers are not actually, doing enough, but I believe that there are many, me will not be lawyer. I know of many factors to actually talk about. And one thing about court cases is this: nothing is being swept under the carpet. And that is where the issue of the judgment that Justice Omotosho gave was leaking, because a lot of things were actually undermined. Nnamdi Kanu was never allowed to actually give his own final address. He was whatever he was talking about, whatever he was complaining about, was never addressed. So these two you would also consider as a factor. So in Supreme Court, there is definitely not going to be any continuous trial. Trial have come and it is being concluded. But talking about the things that we are meant to actually talk about, the things that gave out these rulings, are also going to be discussed in the Court of Appeal. And the Court of Appeal will actually look at it very, very, properly, unlike what Justice Omotosho did. So this also is something you need to understand. Nnamdi Kanu still have 90% of chances of winning the case. But then, as I have always maintained, this issue will not be resolved in any court. No court within Nigeria or outside Nigeria will resolve the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. It is not judicial. The case is highly political, and that is why it is difficult. You all remember when the Buhari regime started the trial, they couldn't have placed their hands on how to actually go about it. Now, waiting Justice Omotosho do na wrong judgment. He just needed to pronounce Nnamdi Kanu judgment because everything was seemingly, scripted. He was just given that pathways to, say, oh yeah, go and just sentence him. It doesn't really matter what the public will say. So the point is, Has Nnamdi Kanu done what that actually can warrant him a death sentence? The capital answer is hell no. The issue is believed, not just believed. The issue is holistically a political one. And I believe that it is going to be resolved politically. Now, you could see that for the judge to have ruled on Nnamdi Kanu without addressing these issues, that also will tell you that the case has no legal standing. It has no locus. The judge had to just do what he was being asked to do. And many more things to talk about. Yes, we know say there are limits where Nnamdi Kanu go, where no really no supposed be. You know, there are limits where he go that shouldn't have actually come in play in the first place. But talking about what he committed, talking about his cause, talking about what he stands for, talking about what he's fighting for, it is not possible for any court to give him a death sentence. Never. It can never happen. Remember the stand of international community. Remember the stand of United Nations. Remember the stand of America. Remember the stand of every other global voices. This whole thing cannot just go. If they actually, the only thing we Nnamdi Kanu face now this sentence of maybe 10 years, 20 years, you know, those ones, it is possible. He can face them, but you see, executing him, that will never happen because the problem it would generate would be bigger than whatever they think that Nnamdi Kanu ever committed. Like I said initially, it would be as if it is another civil war if Nnamdi Kanu is finally declared to be executed. So this also should be noted. And another one be say, just like how people go see him. And for another very complex and sensitive implications, people will be like, Nnamdi Kanu was not sentenced to death by a Fulani man, not even an Hausa man. Is it Yoruba man that is going to do that? So you see, all these things are going to generate some kind of sensitive atmosphere that a lot of people will be asking if this is not going to be more than civil war. And also historically, just like for example, if now this very administration now we allow this to happen, it's also going to be another big problem. It's more like it's going to be a big war between the Igbos and the Yorubas. That is, all those things are not going to be funny. And I'm just very plain with the possibility of the outcome. It cannot just be easy at all. A lot of things will go sour, and that is not what we need for our country. Whichever way it is, to me, from what I'm seeing, it is a political roundtable that would end this very case, or should I say, get it resolved. But you see, court cases that suit each party, both Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu's case, or should I say, whatever Nnamdi Kanu is facing today is more like it's the entire Igbos that is facing this very stuff. So it's more like the trial was on the Igbos. It's on the Igbos entirely. It's more like saying that Igbos they face this trial, and that is why people are being careful. The Buhari's administration was careful enough not to give a stand on the ruling of Nnamdi Kanu's case because, first of all, it wasn't a judicial case, and secondly, it was a very high sensitive case that demands a very careful outing, a very careful judgment. So you see, it is not an easy one for the federal government on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. It is not. Nnamdi Kanu still have a very big chance in getting a very better judgment in either appeal court or Supreme Court, because if you look at the case, it is highly political. So for people where they talk say, Nnamdi Kanu is going to face this, face that, no, that will never happen. There will be a breach of several judicial points that would have favored Nnamdi Kanu. But because all these points were never addressed, the federal courts, the federal high courts went on to give rulings that affected Nnamdi Kanu so badly when you talk about the sentence. So now in appeal court or possibly in Supreme Court, you can never bypass this whole thing. And remember, at some point, appeal court of this same Nigeria gave rulings that Nnamdi Kanu was acquitted and discharged. So when you look at the trajectory of this case from the start, you would understand that everything will end politically, and that also has been my prayers, because I want the case to end as soon as possible. If not for nothing, let Nnamdi Kanu be granted a house arrest. Let's not just say much here, because that would be going overboard on the issue that is already in the appeal court. So let's not just say much about the outcome. But the only thing I want you to know is that Nnamdi Kanu would never, the appeal court fee say yes, and they give you death sentence, but it will never happen because of what the case represents entirely. The action of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I know, like I said, it's not good for a sovereign nation, but we have to just say things the way they are. So that is all for today. I would always keep you updated, and of course, as the case is about to be commenced in the Court of Appeal, I would always give you updates about my own personal opinion and unbiased opinion. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Do me well to leave us with your comment. What do you think about the cross appeal seeking for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu death sentence? And also do me well to share this video. We need to get it to some other audience. Do not also forget to follow us for more unfiltered and raw analysis. So thank you for watching.